Hello and welcome to session 1 for writing. Now, there's 5 sessions within the writing component, and it's writing because it's got the W there. So we're going to start with punctuation, writing correctly using a wide range of punctuation markers. This is quite a lengthy session, this one. There's a lot to do in Canvas. So if you scroll to Canvas, and we'll just show you this here. So as you log into session 20 there, you've got your session plan. Now, as we go through the video, as we go through the presentation, I'm going to ask you to stop it and play the video so you can watch that and have a look. And then I'm equally going to ask you to stop and have a look at the activities. So from activity 1 to activity 5. Remember, same as the activities before, you've got the questions and the answers. Okay, so let's get started. So the aim of the session is to know when to use a full stop, capital letters, question marks, exclamation marks correctly, and always use a capital letter for the person pronouns I. Know what a comma is and when to use a comma, and use apostrophes to show where missing letters go, such as don't. Learners should know when to use colons, know when to use its or it, know when to use apostrophes to show belonging, and describe what inverted commas are used for. Learners could understand and apply correct punctuation rules when using inverted commas. So quite a lot to get through. Now, what do you need to know? So for the exam, you will be tested and you'll need to know the correct use of apostrophe, the correct use of commas, the correct use of inverted commas, and the correct use of a colon. You'll also be expected to know all the skills from lower levels, so capitalization, full stops, question marks, and exclamation marks. So quite a lot to have a look at. So first of all, I want you to stop this now, go to your session 1 in session 20 and play the first video. You'll then need to play the second video for comma, and then we'll come back and have a chat about when to use the commas. Okay, great. So welcome back. So commas are used to separate items in a list. You don't put a comma before the word in the list. So for example here, I got GCSEs in maths, English, PE and art. So where should the comma go here? So the office is shut at 6 on Monday, Tuesday and Thursday. Good. You can park in the bay 3, 4, 6, 7 or 9. And then finally, the last one, where do we think this goes? Bring some ID, such as a passport, driving license or bank card. So again, after passport, well done. So when to use commas direct speech? We use commas to show when someone is talking. So before speech, the boss said, we will finish early this Friday. And after speech, we will finish early this Friday, said the boss. Mid speaking, yes, said the boss, we'll finish early this Friday. So again here, if we look at where should the comma go? Ben asked, what time does the shop open? So Ben asked, what time does the shop open? Good, so hopefully you've said here, oh, there, and 9 on weekdays, replied Raj, but it's 8 AM on the weekend. So around there, good. When to use commas, parts of a sentence. 1. So the use of commas is to separate parts of a sentence before a conjunction. He tried hard, but he didn't get the job. So you can see there, he tried hard. So that's the end of that bit, but he didn't get the job. So that's the conjunction. So he tried hard, but he didn't get the job. So the but kind of gives you an idea there should probably be a comma there. Given additional information, the warehouse where I worked is on the business park. So the warehouse, comma, where I work, comma, is on the business park. So as we speak the sentence as well, it tells us when to kind of pause and move on. So the warehouse where I work is on the business park. Joining two statements. Before starting work, I go to the gym. So again, you can see how that fits in there. And when addressing someone in the after an introductory word, Bina, can we postpone our meeting? Yes, comma, that's a good idea. Okay, so you can see where they go in there. So when to use commas, part 2. So here then, let's have a look. Where should the commas go? He applied for the job, but missed the closing date. So you can almost, when you read it, you can almost hear where it should go. He applied for the job, but missed the closing date. So good there. The interviews for the warehouse jobs. So the interviews for the warehouse jobs will be in the main office. So as you read it, you could almost hear where it should go. In a hard contrast, our company won't, in a hard contrast, our company won the export prize. So in a hard contrast, comma, our company won the export prize. Yes, comma, the manager is on annual leave. Okay, so let's have a look and see. Oh, I haven't got my video on, have I? Let's just see where the commas go there. So if we want to watch the second video, and we can come back. Good. So how not to use the comma? A comma splice, also known as a run on a sentence, is when a comma is wrongly used in a place of a full stop. So this should be 2 sentences. I got 5 GCSEs at school. Now I am doing a plumbing apprenticeship. So I got 5 GCSEs at school, comma, I'm now doing a plumbing apprenticeship. Good. So how should these sentences be punctuated? The office is open 5 days a week. It is shut at the weekend. So there you can see the office is open 5 days a week. It is shut at the weekend. It's going to be a busy shift. There are 20 orders to process. So again, there you can see it's going to be a busy shift. There's going to be 20 orders to process. And then do not do the urgent orders first. We can sort out the orders later. So again, do the urgent orders first. We can sort out the orders later. Good. So now you need to try activity 1. Remember, in activity 1, the answers are afterwards. So give that a go, and then we can come back. So inverted commas. So inverted commas are also known as speech marks. They are used to show direct speech. Direct speech means the written version of what somebody says aloud. There are rules for how they are used. So end punctuation marks, full stop, question marks, and exclamation marks come within speech marks like this. Can you answer the phone? John asked. So he's asking a question, so question mark. Amir said, I'm sorry, I'm late. So again, that's because he's quoting something. So I'm sorry, I'm late. If direct speech comes after the text, it isn't spoken, then you need to use a comma before the speech, at the start and the finish. the speech will, with inverted commas like this. Amy said, "You've been late every day this week." And if the direct speech marks a complete sentence, then you must start with a capital letter and after the first inverted comma. Don't know what happened there. We've come out, so let's go back to sharing. Using inverted commas, if we look at the inverted commas here in number 1, how should this sentence be punctuated? So again, we've got a question mark because it's a question. Do you want to go to lunch early? Sam asked. So where do we think the inverted commas go on this? So I think at the beginning, you might see them kind of here. Do you want to go to lunch early? Because that's the question. Sam asked, full stop. Let's have a look. There. Katie said, "I am going to the stock room." So Katie said, comma. And then inverted commas here and here. I'm going to the stock room. Good. Imran's service, that customers please, said Grace. So Imran there serves the customer, please said Grace. Good. And then Kyle asked, "Is there any post to take today?" So Kyle asked, comma, "Is there any post to take today?" Inverted comma, question mark, because it's a question. And again, capital letter. So don't forget to put your capital letters in. Good. Inverted commas, more rules. So direct speech is a complete sentence broken down with non-spoken text. You need to use a comma instead of speech marks after the first part of the text, like this. Open inverted comma, if you've finished the stock take, comma. Close inverted comma, said Rupi, comma. Open inverted comma, could you call the supplier to find out what has happened to yesterday's order? Full stop, inverted comma. So you can see when we're talking, the non-spoken text, you've got a lot more inverted commas to be thinking about there. So let's try this one then. Can you stack the shelves first, said Jenny, then tidy the storeroom. So where do we think they go? There, so capital C, so can you stack the shelves first, inverted comma, comma, said Jenny, then inverted commas, then tidy the stockroom, full stop. Sorry to interrupt, said Tom, but can you show me how to use the scanner, please? So again, capital letter, because we're starting a sentence, inverted commas, said Tom, but, and again, inverted commas, can you show me how to use use the scanner? Again, commas. And then finally, excuse me, so again, inverted commas, said Emma, have you got 5 minutes for a quick chat? Question mark. So again, you can see there's quite a lot there on using the inverted commas. So when quoting a source, you need to use inverted commas when quoting direct speech. These include the Eastern bombed bathhouse with evidence of wall paintings excavated in 1938. So again, here you've got an insight reference. So this included Anne, and then what you're saying, inverted commas. Good. Here the writer has used speech marks to directly quote the source. So in this example below, he has only used some of the quotes. So inserts ... So they were used in complex urban sequences as well as undertaking hand-drawn buildings, evaluations, and plans of the exposed structure, number 1. So again, referring back to that source. When paraphrasing a source, no speech marks are needed at all. So the initial, so the internal and external others located have parallel in Turkey where some study shows that all the others were often located both indoors for use in winter and in the streets for the summer. And again, you can see there, that's what we were quoting. So using inverted commas, we carry on. So inverted commas can be used for other effects. Sometimes single speech marks can be used here to show something in a title or name. So the little streamer crosses the river up to 12 times a day. So the little steamer crosses the river up to 12 times a day. Cost doubled on something. The so-called bill is nothing more than a smokescreen to mock it or express sarcasm. So again, you can see there at the beginning. Good. So we're going to look at now using apostrophes. If you want to stop this, watch the video, and then we can come back. Okay. So now let's have a look at this. Apostrophes for omissions. So omission means missed out. So when the apostrophe is used for omission, missed out, that means it is used in place of a missing letter. So the apostrophe is never used to show that something is plural. Okay, so which of these statements uses apostrophes correctly? I won't be able to work late tonight. You think that's correct? Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about the spreadsheet. Yeah, that's right. So I can't find the clipboard, so that's not right because we should have one there. We'll send the parcels today, so that looks correct to me. The company is known for its quality products or produce, so the company is known for its quality produce. Something doesn't look right there. And I'll be at lunch from 12 till 1. I'll be at lunch from 12 to 1. Good. So now try activity 2 for apostrophes for omissions, and then we can come back. Good. So if you now want to go back, and you can watch video 4 on developing apostrophes, and then when you're back, we can try this one. So apostrophes for possession. Possession means belonging to something. So when the apostrophe is used for possession, this means it is used to show belonging. So which of these sentences uses the apostrophe correctly? So if we think the fact of belonging, so Simon's car broke down. Yeah, because he owns the car. So that looks right. Okay, good. The company's factory is purpose-built, so that sounds right. The black shoes are mine. The black shoes are mine. That's not right. These are Ben's keys, so that sounds right. And the woman's bicycle was stolen, so those sound right. Good. So apostrophes for possession. Possession means belonging to something. We've already covered this. Ben's house is near town. So apostrophe and the letters show that the house belongs to Ben. Which of these sentences need apostrophes? So Sue's job is rewarding. so Sue should be Sue's. The shoes were worn, so shoes is plural, so no need for an apostrophe there. The computer screen was cracked. Screens is plural, so no need for an apostrophe. And the company's head office is in London, so companies should be companies with an apostrophe. Apostrophes can be very confusing, so common mistakes are the footballers ran on the pitch. No, the footballers isn't possessive here, it's just plural for footballer. The shop sold prawns sandwiches, so no, this is a compound noun. The prawns don't own the sandwich. And the women's toilets were on the left. No, this infers plural, so the apostrophe comes before the S. So lots of rules around using the apostrophe that you need to get your head around for writing. So beware it's and its. So it is or is used for it is. So it's time to go or it is time to go. I don't like it when it is cold. It's cold. So does that make sense? So it's is used for it is. So it's time to go. I don't like it when it is cold. It is used for the possessive. So the dog chased its tail, and its strength is accuracy. So now try the activity worksheets 3 and then make sure you have a go at the answers afterwards, and we'll come back and do colons. So welcome back, colons. So colons are used like this. To introduce lists, for example, there are 3 flavors available: vanilla, mint chocolate chip, and strawberry. Okay, so again, you've got your colons there, which then introduced the list. To introduce numbered items or bullet points as above, avoid using unnecessary colons throughout, where a regular sentence would do, i.e., I want a coffee, a sandwich, and a bag of crisps. Colons can be used to introduce speech. Shakespeare said, all the world's a stage. So, correct the errors. Give me 1 second. Okay, so what I want you to do is get a pen and a bit of paper and write this down. And we'll then go through that and we'll correct this. So pause this, write this down, and then we'll come back. Lovely. So have you written it all down? If you don't, pause, come back. Good, we're ready to move on. Now let's look. So you can see here, go through what you've written, have a look, and just make sure that you've got them in the right places. Okay, wonderful. So how did you do? If you did well, great, let's carry on. If you aren't sure, go back, have a look at it. And if you're still not sure, drop me a line and we can have a chat about it. So now try activity 4, inverted commas. Okay, so we're soaring towards the end then. So let's look at the summary here. So what do inverted commas do? Oh, what inverted commas do? And then hopefully you've shown, it shows direct speech, doesn't it? D. Commas are used for, well, they separate items on a list, don't they? They help punctuate direct speech and they separate parts of a sentence. So it's all of them. Good. Apostrophe goes, an apostrophe goes below, down here, next to plurals, simple sentences, or above the letter. So above the letter. Which of these sentences correctly punctuated? So the printers, well, it's not that one, is it? Because that needs an apostrophe there. So the printers, ink and cartridges are empty. So I don't think we need an apostrophe there. So the printers, ink and cartridges are empty. And that one's not right. So it's got to be C, hasn't it? Good. Okay, so at the end of this session, hopefully you've learned how to use the full stop, capital letters, question marks, and exclamation marks correctly, and always use capital letters for the personal pronouns I. You know when a comma is used and when to use commas, and use apostrophes to show missing letters go, such as don't or do not. Learners should know when to use colons, know when to use its or it. So it is or its, and know when to use the apostrophe to show belonging and describe how inverted commas are used. Learners could understand and apply correct punctuation rules when using inverted commas. So hopefully all of those activities and those videos and this has helped you understand all of that. So well done. That's the end of this session, and I will see you in the next one.